Alex had been stationed in the war-torn country for several months now, and he had seen more than his fair share of death and destruction. As a soldier, his mission was to help bring peace to the region, but it often felt like an impossible task. Despite the challenges, Alex remained determined to make a difference and do his part to help the people of the country. One day, while on patrol, Alex saw a woman walking along the side of the road. She was carrying a basket of fruit on her head and wearing a colorful dress that stood out against the drab surroundings. Alex was struck by her beauty and the kindness in her eyes, and he felt a sudden desire to talk to her. As he approached her, Alex was aware of the language barrier between them. He knew some basic phrases in the local dialect, but he was not confident in his ability to hold a conversation. To his surprise, the woman smiled warmly and greeted him in English. "My name is Aisha," she said. "Can I help you with something?" Alex introduced himself and explained that he was a soldier on patrol. Aisha nodded sympathetically, and Alex could see the sadness in her eyes as she looked around at the destruction caused by the war. Despite the chaos and danger surrounding them, Aisha's kindness and beauty shone through. Over the next few weeks, Alex saw Aisha several more times. Each time they met, they talked a little more, and Alex found himself drawn to her more and more. He admired her resilience in the face of adversity, and he was impressed by her compassion and generosity. As their conversations grew longer, Alex learned more about Aisha's life. She had lost her parents in the war and was now caring for her younger siblings alone. Despite the challenges, she remained optimistic and hopeful that one day peace would come to the region. Alex felt a strong connection with Aisha and found himself wanting to protect her and her family. He knew that as a soldier, he was seen by many as a symbol of the violence and destruction caused by the war. But with Aisha, he felt like he could be more than that. As their relationship grew, Alex found that he was more motivated than ever to make a difference in the war-torn country. He wanted to bring peace not just for the sake of his mission, but also for the sake of Aisha and the countless other civilians affected by the conflict. Despite the dangers and uncertainties of their situation, Alex and Aisha found solace in each other's company. They shared their hopes and dreams, and they found comfort in the love they were building. For Alex, Aisha was the light in the darkness of the war, and he was grateful for every moment they spent together. However, as much as they tried to ignore it, the reality of their situation was always there. Alex was a soldier, and his duty called him away from Aisha more often than he would have liked. As much as they cherished their time together, they knew that their love was always at risk of being cut short by the dangers of war. Despite the challenges they faced, Alex and Aisha remained committed to each other and to the hope that they could make a difference in the war-torn country. Their love was the only thing that kept them going in this dark and dangerous world. Alex had been sent on a mission, and Aisha was left alone to wait for his return. She tried to keep busy with her work and caring for her siblings, but her mind was always on Alex and the danger he faced. Days turned into weeks, and Aisha grew more anxious and worried with each passing day. She tried to stay positive and hold on to hope that Alex would return safely, but the reality of the situation was starting to set in. The war had taken so much from her already, and the thought of losing Alex was almost too much to bear. One day, a soldier came to Aisha's door with news of Alex. He had gone missing during the mission, and there was no word on his whereabouts. Aisha's heart sank as the soldier delivered the news, and she felt like her world had crumbled around her. She couldn't imagine life without Alex, and the thought of him being gone forever was unbearable. Over the coming days and weeks, Aisha struggled to come to terms with the news of Alex's disappearance. She couldn't bring herself to accept that he might be gone, and she held on to hope that he would somehow return to her. She spent hours sitting by the window, looking out at the world outside and waiting for any sign of Alex's return. As time passed, Aisha's grief deepened, and she found it hard to focus on anything else. The memories of their time together flooded her mind, and she found herself replaying their last moments together over and over again. She couldn't forget the feeling of Alex's lips on hers, the warmth of his embrace, and the love in his eyes. Despite her pain, Aisha found some comfort in the memories of their time together. She knew that their love was real, and that nothing could ever take that away. She found herself talking to Alex as if he was still there with her, telling him about her day and sharing her thoughts and feelings. As time passed, Aisha began to find ways to honor Alex's memory. She started volunteering at a local organization that helped children affected by the war, and she worked tirelessly to make a difference in her community. She knew that it was what Alex would have wanted, and she felt like it was the best way to keep his spirit alive. In the end, Aisha knew that her love for Alex would never fade. She would always remember the feeling of his arms around her, the sound of his voice in her ear, and the warmth of his love in her heart. She knew that he was with her always, even though he was no longer there in person. As she looked out at the world outside, Aisha knew that there was still hope for peace in the war-torn country. She knew that the road ahead would be long and difficult, but she was determined to keep fighting for the people she loved and for the hope that Alex had given her. And with each passing day, she felt a sense of strength and resilience growing within her, fueled by the memory of the love she had shared with Alex.